Hello, buddy. What is up? It's me, your boy Geometrik here, coming to you guys with another video on the Celero. But before we start that, I just want to say thank you. Now, this video won't be focused on my face a whole bunch because this is going to be strictly for the Celero5G Plus. But I just want to say thank you to you all. If it wasn't for you guys, this video would not be possible. And the reason I'm saying that is because the amount of publicity I got on the last video, I'm able to review the Celero5G in full, and I honestly cannot thank you guys enough for that. Sorry about the wall and everything. The house is still a work in progress. But I just want to say thank you to you all. Like, you don't know how much it means to me that because you guys viewed the video, I'm getting to do this. So if you guys, this is what I was saying that I wanted to explain in this video. Boost Mobile sent me the Celero5G for free. They sent me an email, and they just want me to review the phone, and I'm thankful for that. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and hop into the Celero5G Plus review, and I'll explain more while we're unboxing, because we're going to do everything unboxing. I'm going to set up the phone off camera, get a couple apps, run them up, see how they run, and we'll see how that goes. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alrighty, guys, so this is the unboxing part. So you're going to see some boxes right here. This is just to hold up my camera because I haven't had to record anything like this in a while, and I have my camera in a really weird position. So this is going to be the unboxing portion, right? So let's go ahead and get this bad boy opened. I'm going to cover up the IMEI and all that good stuff. That way, so, you know, obviously just for security stuff. Don't want somebody trying to put the IMEI of a device that doesn't belong to them into a computer or anything, which can happen. So, yeah. And the only reason that I'm like doing the full unboxing part on here is because I didn't get to do the unboxing part at work. That wasn't really something we got to experience together. And like I said, guys, the reason that I was talking about how Boost Mobile is the one who set this up is they actually sent me a partnership email talking about how they seen that I had reviewed devices in the past and they wanted me to review this one. I don't know why they were talking about before the public got it, because like a lot of these have released in stores now. But I'm happy nonetheless about it. Whether they meant to say that or not, I mean, like, it could have just, maybe in some stores they're not public yet, and maybe like KG Premier stores are getting first-hand access, which would be kind of weird, but I mean, like, stuff like that can and does happen. They put this tape on here really, really sturdy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm used to doing this because I do it all the time at work, but these ones are, holy cow, like, they really keeping me from getting into the phone. But like I said, guys, I'm happy regardless that I even got a chance to do something like this. And the fact that they puck me to do this is absurd. I never would have thought that something like this would ever happen on my channel. Okay, so we've got the flaps popped out. Let's go ahead and open. And here it is, guys. We've got the Celero5G Plus. So this does come with a standard Type-C charger, which is good. USB to USB-C. Obviously, that's what a lot of these companies are doing instead of C to C. We got a 15-watt wall charger, I believe. I believe it's 15-watt. Well, it doesn't say. It says 5 volts, but that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about watts. We're talking about, volts. We're talking about wattage. All right. And then here's the phone itself. Obviously, you guys have seen this before. All right. I had to cut that part out because we've seen something on the phone that, like I said, trying to cover up the IMEI. So I'm going to pull the phone out real quick, and I'm going to pull this paper off. I don't know why Android or the Celero is doing this where it has the IMEI on the back of it. I don't know. I think that actually might be on the phone like how it was at the store. So yeah, it looks like they keep that back paper on there for some reason. But it'll be fine. Now I have the chance to cover it up. So the back of the phone is just steel and the camera's on it. I'm not really going to take that paper off right now. And then the front of the phone, which we've seen before. So I'm going to set the phone right here. I'm going to go ahead and see how fast it boots up, and then we'll probably cut this. Then we'll probably cut the video for now. That way, so I can get the phone set up and all that good stuff. I don't know what that is right there that you guys are seeing. That's not actually there. That's not a piece of paper or something. I'm not sure what that is or why that even looks like that. It might be a part of the ceiling. Is it? Yeah, it looks like it's part of the ceiling. Or, no, it's not my phone. I thought that it might have been my phone. So obviously it's gonna take a little bit of time to start up. Obviously it's got a couple things that it's gotta set up first. And when it gets to this part, I'll probably use my hotspot before we get the data set up. So I'm gonna have to use my iPhone for that to help get the phone set up, which is fine by me. But obviously it's gonna take a little bit of time to boot up. All right, so I'm gonna cut this part out, guys, and I'm gonna set the phone up. Alrighty, everybody, we are finally back after a long delay and everything in what we were doing. So the reason it took me, like, this is a whole day after that initial video, and the reason why, sorry guys, you hear Jasmine in the background on the couch. The reason why is because it took me a sec to get the phone activated. So Boost had to actually send me a couple things to help get the phone activated, because when I had initially done it, it just was not working. I put the SIM card in, there was no service and everything, so this is a whole day after. So now we're actually going to record some things on the phone, on the screen. Sorry if you guys hear Wilson and Tilly in the background. They're in the room by themselves right now. So we're actually, like I said, we're going to do this. We're going to run some apps in the background. I'm going to record on the phone to get the best quality that way, so we're not just doing it all on the screen of the iPhone. So this will probably be the last time we're looking at 4K image, guys. Now we're going to switch over to the Celero5G. I'm going to use the mic on that phone. It has a pretty good mic. And we're just going to see how things sound. So let's go ahead and hop over onto the Celero. So guys, I wanted to do a little bit of a disclaimer thing in the first part here. So first thing I want to talk about is, like, the Celero5G videos does not look like that for what you guys are about to see. That's just when the screen is recording. Also, another thing I wanted to point out, this phone does have finger ID. These are the videos that are going to be, you guys are going to see. The video and everything looks really nice on the screen. Sorry, I don't know why the flash is on, guys. I'm going to try to keep that off. So the video on this stuff does look fine, as you guys can tell. Like, it doesn't look like how the video was showing it. Like, I don't know why the flash is on. I didn't turn that on. But yeah, guys, so I don't want you guys thinking the video looks bad. That's just how it looks when it records. The video, like in the initial one, looks great, fine. So don't take that stuff for face value. Also, another thing I want to point out, guys, for the videos, I had to get those off of YouTube. I couldn't send them to my iPhone. When I tried to send them over via iPhone, it wanted to use Google Photos and send them in documents, which iPhone cannot download documents off there. So the videos are going to look good. Some are going to be in, okay, so the facing up ones like this are going to be in 720/60, apart from the one where I'm reopening the ones. That's going to be in 720 straight. The videos like this record in 1080/60, and you're going to see that in the video. The only one that doesn't record, and then like regular videos, like the front-facing camera and the back-facing camera, 720, 1080, but they both record in 30 FPS. So that's just a little bit of a thing you guys should know before you watch these videos. So don't take what you're seeing on the screen recorder for face value, because the phone itself looks good. That's just like how Android stuff records. So I don't want you guys thinking that that's how it looks, because it isn't. So yeah. Alright guys, so this is obviously going to be the screen recording and video game test. So I'm going to have to do something a little bit different. We are going to do like opening up different apps and seeing if they hold up in the background. But I'm going to have to do this a little bit different than what I wanted to. So obviously if I go to record games that are sideways while also trying to record games that are upright, it's not going to look right. So we're going to run Subway Surfers first and see how it runs. Obviously you guys aren't going to see the 120 frames that I'm seeing, because just because, obviously. Okay, so that's all we're gonna really do with Subway Surfers right there. So we're gonna keep that open. Also, I forgot to show you guys a speed test. So let's see how the Celero5G does for speed test. So obviously Boost Mobile runs off AT&T servers, AT&T towers. As you can see, it's like barely past 6 o'clock right now. So obviously we're gonna have a little bit of delay with some of the things. Because, you know, a lot of people are on their phones right now. A lot of people are getting off work. So we're running at about, you know, 18.1. The one I did earlier was running faster, so I'm not really mad about it. And the download is not going up any, so, but that's all fine. That's all good. Alright, so we obviously are not running the best speeds right now, but that's okay. I mean, it's to be expected. If you're in actual cities, you're going to get way better speeds. I'm in the countryside, and even with full bars, that's just what we're running. Alright, so we're obviously going to cut this here, and then I'm going to open up some more apps and keep going with this. Actually, I'm going to open up some other apps that stand straight up. So, we'll open this. And then we're going to open YouTube, and then I'm going to open some apps up sideways. So we're going to hit OK on there. Yes. And then, like I said, because this is to see if the 6 gigabytes of RAM can hold up well. So, yeah, looks like that's open. And then let's go ahead and get YouTube opened up. All right. And let's go back here, and I'll see you guys in a minute. So now we've got Balloon Tower Defense opened up, seeing how if that's going to stay open real well. So we're going to go ahead and just like start the level real quick, new game, and see how it goes. We got monkey play. We'll do this. Just go ahead and play. Are you sure you want to continue? Yeah, so obviously, guys, I'm having to do this a second time. The first time, the stuff did not go too well. So let me just place down some monkeys, hit play. And then we're going to hop over into the next game. I am going to have to pause and everything while we go over into the next one, though. That way so nothing gets messed up. So, let me go ahead and pause real quick. Now I've got Final Fantasy 12 opening. Final Fantasy 1 opening up here. So this is an older version, guys. So if it looks a little bit different than a newer one, it's because I bought this back on my old phone. Old phone. And this was like the first edition they had for iPhones. So if it looks a little bit lower quality, not iPhones, Android phones. I'm discombobulated, guys. Having to redo the video was messed me up a little bit. We'll just hit this, open that up, and then we're going to go ahead and also get to the next game real quick as well to see how that holds up. So the last game we're checking on, guys, is Fortnite to see how it holds up whenever we have all these open. So I don't think it's going to be able to hold up with all these well. I have ran this before, and it did not. They did all keep open before I ran Fortnite. But now that we're doing this, we'll see what happens. We'll see if any of them stay connected while we log in. And if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. This is just to see if the apps stay open or not. Okay, so we've obviously got Fortnite open. I'm not going to try to run this again, guys. I did earlier, and the frames were not good whenever I tried to run it while recording, so that's not going to be something we do. And now we're going to go ahead and stop this and see if the Celero has any of the apps still open in the background. Alright, guys, so this portion of the video is going to look a little bit weird because the screen's going to be discombobulated on some of the apps because how we have like the screen in full. So let's see if we kept any apps open in the background. Subway Surfers did not stay open. So 6 gigabytes of RAM could not handle all that in Fortnite. Speed Test surprisingly did stay open. Before it did not. So that's good news there. Wow. Oh, whoa. Legends stayed open with Fortnite being open in the background. YouTube stayed open. Wow, this is better than the initial review. Maybe it's because I didn't run the game. Balloon Tower Defense stayed open. Like I said, guys, this is where some of the apps are going to look a little bit wonky. That stayed open, and then this Fortnite stay open whenever we open other games. Yes, it does. So, better than it initially was on this. So now we're going to hop over into the camera section and the video section and see how that holds up. This is the front camera, guys. Obviously, it looks a little bit better than the camera does, so this is for video. Also, if you guys hear a little bit of an echo, I'm sorry, that's just the room we're in. But this is how the front camera basically looks all around for video. It's not bad, but it's not exactly perfect. You know, you're buying a budget phone, you're not going to be on par with the iPhone by any means necessary. But for a front camera on an Android phone, this is definitely a step up from what I remember in 2017. The back camera. Obviously, I can't see what it looks like because Jasmine is the one holding it. But based on what the front camera looked like, I'm guessing the video is not all too bad.
The sound quality and everything is going to be what really, like is a main factor for me when I'm editing this video. Like I said, the cameras aren't too bad for what I was expecting. They definitely could, actually I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say they could be better, because with all the premium features this phone does have, a camera and stuff is not really something I'm worried about. You get 120 FPS. You get a good processor for a budget phone. It's not too bad. I may look a little bit pale, albino. The light may show a little bit on me, but for a budget phone camera, I'd say that this one is a win.
Okay, guys, so I forgot to put this part in the video. One of the things with my agreement with them was for me to talk about the features of the phone that I liked and the most. So for this part, there's going to be no music. This is just going to be me fully with you guys and with the Celero5G, right? My favorite feature in the phone is obviously the 120 hertz and the 5,000 milliamp hour battery life. I think that that was like a good decision. 120 hertz is definitely needed in more phones. And the fact that a budget phone like this might actually encourage, iPhone to actually get 120 hertz on their regular phones, because if a regular phone like the Celero5G can do it, iPhone is definitely getting backed into a corner here. Samsung has been doing that now for a while. I feel like 120 hertz should not just be for those premium phones. With more and more Androids even getting 90 hertz, 120 hertz is a need on a lot of phones. Now, of course, YouTube is not going to be going up to 120 hertz anytime soon. But with more people playing mobile games and Xbox Cloud Gaming becoming a thing and stuff like that, being able to play more of those console games on your phone is a must. 5,000 milliamp hour battery life is amazing. That is such a big battery. iPhone needs to take note. A big battery is definitely a need in a phone. And with the Celero doing all this, it just goes to show that Apple trying to remove all this other stuff, they don't need to. They don't need to remove the headphone jack to make a bigger battery. The Celero5G proves that. They don't need to remove the aux jack to make 120 hertz. The Celero here proves that. The Celero has proven a lot of these things that Apple's saying, like removing certain features to add others, is kind of showing that it's a lot of BS now. Now, you could be like, oh, well, the Celero is like a 7-inch display screen. So, that gives it more room. Guys, it's just the difference is night and day. If a regular, budget phone can do this, I strongly believe that a flagship like iPhone can do it, and they just don't want to. But with more phones doing this, it's definitely going to put them in that, a lot of, like I said, budget phones doing this is going to push them into a corner. Another thing I like about the Celero, the display, even though it's in full HD 1080, not 2K or 4K, it looks great. On the 7-inch screen, I love how big the phone is. I cannot stress that enough. I love how big the phone is, and I love that it's a metal phone. I feel like those are really great premium features for this phone. Metal is an amazing component that keeps the phone from getting extra hot. iPhone has a problem with getting extra hot when it runs way too many apps, and the Celero seems to not really get hot, and I think that metal back piece is a reason why. Metal is way better at holding back heat than plastic and glass and all this stuff that iPhone and Samsung have moved over to recently. Like I said, 7-inch display screen, amazing. I love how big the phone is. For somebody like myself with bigger hands, I love it. I love the fingerprint scanner. I wish iPhone would find a way to incorporate that again. Fingerprint scanner is amazing. There's just so many good things, guys. 128 gigs of storage is also amazing, and 6 gigs of RAM. There's so much stuff to love about this phone, guys. It's hard for me to name it all. You guys should definitely pick up your own and see for yourself, guys. No matter what I do, no matter how I review the phone, it's going to be different for everybody. I definitely think if you're in need for an upgrade and you want to stay in that budget price, the Celero5G is right for you. Anyway, guys, that's all for the what I love about the phone. Boost Mobile, thank you guys so much. And thank you for letting me have the Celero5G Plus. So now we're back on a 4K 60 camera. So all things considering, guys, I'm not going to say the Celero5G phone is going to replace your iPhone or anything like that. Obviously, this is a budget phone meant for people more in a budget bracket, which, and I appreciate, Boost Mobile for doing stuff like that, because not everybody wants the newest iPhone or a Samsung phone. Some people are just content with having a phone that does basic day-to-day, necessities. 120 hertz is a nice feature, but not everybody's going to use that. Some people are never going to know that that feature is even a thing. which, you know, I'm not going to blame people. You know, like if you're not worried about gaming and stuff like that, 120 hertz is not going to matter to you. If you're just using the call to talk, text, things like that, the phone is going to do all that, and it has them premium features for people who want to use them. 120 hertz is a nice refresher for me using iPhone, the typical 13 and not the 13 Pro or Pro Max, and having an option for a phone with 120 hertz. Now, obviously, my iPhone has a stronger processor, but it doesn't have that FPS that does. And for running a simple game like Subway Surfers, that's going to be fine. You guys seen the games ran on the phone smooth. Fortnite is not going to run the smoothest on the phone regardless, because it like Fortnite is a big game. It's like a 10 gigabyte game on the phone. And like, so yeah, like things like that are not going to run perfectly fine. But games like Subway Surfers, Angry Birds, things like that are going to run flawlessly on the phone. Balloon Tower Defense 5 is a pretty decent sized game, and it ran fine on there, you guys could see. Now, the camera's not going to be the greatest, and neither is the video, but for people who are just wanting to take a quick snapshot or record little Timmy's birthday, that camera's going to get the job done. So yes, guys, for basic things, the phone is great. As a gaming phone, the phone is like good as long as you're not playing heavy games. The phone, all in all, guys, I'm going to have to say, is a win on Boost Mobile's part. And Boost Mobile does not have many wins. With the first Celero being absolute garbage, this is a nice step for the Celero saga, like for the Celero line. I definitely could see people using this if they have Boost Mobile. It's a big 7-inch display phone. That's bigger than the Pro Max series of the iPhones. And while some people may think it's too big for a phone, there's always going to be an audience out there who always want the biggest screen and the best display. And while you're only getting full HD and not 2K or 4K, 1080 is still an amazing display on the Celero5G Plus. The recording that I did on the phone is not going to display how good the picture is, because at the end of the day, this is like a budget phone, and Android phones are typically not as good at recording games as iPhone is, and that's just a sad reality of it. But everything still looks so good on the phone, and I definitely couldn't, if I was in a budget, like if I was using budget phones, the Celero5G Plus would be the budget phone that I want. So if you were on the fence about getting it before and you want to upgrade from the original Celero or the Moto G Pure or whatever other phone you got from Boost Mobile when you joined, the Celero5G Plus will satisfy all your needs in a phone and so much more. I hope that you guys found this review, informative. The first review was, it wasn't my best. I definitely could have done better. And because of Boost Mobile, I was able to make this video. So thank you so much, Boost Mobile. I appreciate you guys so much for sending me a free copy of the phone and giving me free service to try out the phone. And thank you for being the first people to ever do a true partnership with me. I, never would have thought that in 100 years after my first review that Boost Mobile would have reached out to me for partnership. And they did. And I'm thankful for that. And for all of you guys who supported that video, went and liked it and watched it, and even if you just commented on it, I can't thank you all enough. If it wasn't for you guys, I never would have got this partnership deal. I never would have got a more hands-on experience with the phone, and I wouldn't be making this video now. So truly, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you, everybody, from people like my fiance who supported the channel since we got together, and people who've supported the channel for how long, or even if you're new here, I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you all in the next one. But until then, though, guys, peace out and have a good one.